MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. I just want to put out a video talking about UFC 200 and the press conference that happened today at MSG, Madison Square Garden. That's where the press conference was earlier in the morning. The UFC broke the news on Good Morning America show, announcing that Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier, the rematch, will be the main event for UFC 200. So I'm thrilled. So the press conference, I just watched it. Very, very interesting. Dana White also said that they do have one more fight they want to add to the card. So now the speculation is, what other fight are they going to add? Because they need one other good fight. They need Robbie Lawler on that card, or a GSP, to make that UFC 200 card as special as they want it to be. Now, for the real hardcore fans, we're going to buy this. We're going to buy this card, the UFC 200 card, as it is now. But for the casuals, they want to get the casuals in. They're spending tons and tons of money promoting this UFC 200 card. They want a hell of a lineup that's going to grab the attention of casual fans. Now, I don't think Robbie Lawler versus Carlos Condit will do that, even though that's the fight I want to see. That's a great fight. GSP versus Robbie Lawler, that would grab the attention of hardcore fans. There's also GSP fighting Nate Diaz, or Nate Diaz fighting Robbie Lawler. That's a fight I would be interested in. Nate Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. That's a marketable fight. Nick Diaz, Nate's older brother, beat Robbie Lawler back in 2004. I believe it was Strikeforce. But they're both stand-up fighters. Nate's got, he's quite a bit taller than Robbie. Actually, Robbie's 5'11", sorry. Nate's 6 foot. That'd be a great fight. Both stand-up guys. That'd be a great fight to add to UFC 200. There's really not much available. I mean, unless we see Robbie Lawler fight Tyron Woodley, but that's not going to sell tickets. As much as, like I said earlier, Carlos Condit versus Robbie Lawler, that would be a sweet fight to add, and the people watching that fight would, be amazed by their fight, because their first fight was amazing, Lawler and Condit, but it doesn't grab their attention to buy it. You know what I mean? Obviously, they'd be interested while the fight's on, but yeah. So there's really not much. The UFC, they're not just gonna add a random fight. They don't need. As much as it'd be cool to see like Chad Mendez on that card fighting whoever, or even like T.J. Dillashaw fighting. I think TJ is just going to wait it out for the winner of Faber Cruz. But, they need a huge fight, I'd really like to see Nate Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. I think that'd be great. GSP return would be huge as well. So anyway, I just wanted to put out a video basically talking about that. And also Jon Jones, he stated that if he gets past Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones wants to face Anthony Rumble Johnson in November at Madison Square Garden. That would be huge. If Jones can get by DC without taking too much damage, like Jones didn't take too much damage against OSP, didn't take any damage against OSP really. If the same thing can happen after the DC fight, get past DC 100%, you're feeling good. You can turn around and fight in November. That would give him, let me see here. That would give him 4 months after the UFC 200 card to get prepared for Anthony Rumble Johnson. So hopefully Jon Jones can get in there and dispatch of DC within, a couple rounds. That would be great if he could finish him. We'll see. But I can't wait for this fight. I'm so happy. You have so many people bitching and complaining about this fight. I'm going to put out a separate video for that, but it's ridiculous. I mean, I understand the UFC wants to please the casuals, and everyone has this extremely high expectation for the UFC roster. And without Conor, it's not what it could be. But we have Jon Jones, pound for pound #1. I believe is the greatest of all time, fighting on the biggest stage UFC's ever had at T-Mobile Arena, the new MGM Grand Arena. He's going to be the main event of UFC 200. It's going to be the biggest event And then the best fighter in the world is going to be main eventing it. So it's only fitting. I'm pumped. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what fight you guys want to see be that last fight added to UFC 200, because that's what Dana said today. Subscribe if you like the video. Check me out on Twitter at MMA Boxing Talk 1. Also on Instagram, MMA Boxing Talk. Peace out.